Hello, my name is Lisa Castle, and I'm going to be your professor this summer in this elementary statistics course. I wanted to do a quick video just to cover some of the things that you need to be familiar with at the start of the summer. First of all, you need to familiarize yourself with your Canvas course. So go into Canvas, click around, look at the navigation, figure out where everything is so that you'll be ready to go. The second thing you want to do is read the syllabus. We're going to go over the syllabus in this video, but you're going to want to read it and make sure that you understand what's expected of you and what's expected of me in this course. You're going to want to look at your schedule so that you'll know when everything is going to be coming due. I understand that in Canvas there's a to-do list, but if you want to see when everything's going to be due in the 8 weeks of this summer, you can look at your schedule. You're going to want to complete the syllabus quiz. When we go into the syllabus in Canvas, there is a place for a student to acknowledge that they've read the syllabus, and you can do that if you want. However, that doesn't, you still are required to take the syllabus quiz. It is a prerequisite to the Chapter 1 homework. So you need to look at the syllabus, go into your assignments, take the syllabus quiz, and you'll be ready to go. You're going to want to practice the proctoring of exams using HonorLock. We have 4 exams this summer. They are going to be proctored. And one of the ways we proctor exam is using an online service called HonorLock. It's pretty straightforward, but you do need to practice just in case there are any technical issues with you and HonorLock, your computer and HonorLock. So we'll talk about that in just a second. So let me go open Canvas. All right, so here we are in Canvas. I'm going to go into the course. And the course opens on the home page. I am currently in this course as a professor. If I come in as a student, right here at the top will be any recent announcements that your professor has sent. Right now, there aren't any because I'm recording this video prior to the opening of their summer session. So I'm going to go over here and click on announcements so we can see the week 1 announcement. You can also, when you come into the course, click on announcements and see all the announcements that have been sent. So I'm going to click on that. Again, when the summer session begins, this welcome to week 1 announcement will be at the top of the home page. So I'm going to click on it so I can read it. You're going to want to watch this intro video. You're going to want to familiarize yourself with the course. You're going to want to look at your schedule, and then you have the assignments that are due the first week. The syllabus quiz is due the first week. It's down here at the bottom, but it is actually a prerequisite to the 1.1, 1.4 homework, so you will need to do it first. There is an intro to My Open Math, which is the application we use for homework quizzes and exams. It's pretty straightforward. There's a reminder to take the syllabus quiz and a link to that quiz. And then there's information about HonorLock, which is the proctoring service that we use for this course. All right, I am going to go out of announcements, go back to the home page, and I'm going to view this as a student. All right, so there's some introduction to the course, and then I have buttons to help you navigate through the course. Certainly, you can click on the modules button in the left navigation and navigate the course that way. There's a couple of different ways you can get to where you need to go in the course. There is a syllabus button that will open the syllabus. When it opens here, that's one way of doing it. Or you can go over here to simple syllabus And when I, as an instructor, mimicking a student, go into the simple syllabus link, I can see the syllabus acknowledgement. Again, you can acknowledge the syllabus this way. However, you still must take the syllabus quiz in the quizzes list in your assignments. You have to take it. All right, so let's just quick go through the syllabus. There's my name, Lisa Castle. I don't have formal office hours this summer. I'm not going to be on campus. So you can make an appointment with me, and we will meet via Zoom. Send me an email, tell me when you want to meet. I'll send you a Zoom link and we can talk that way. I prefer that if you need to communicate with me, to send me a Canvas message. That works very well, or a Redlands email, and I'll talk later about the turnaround time for a response to those. You can read the course description and the course rationale. Your textbook is a free textbook through OpenStax. You don't have to pay for it. You can click here in the syllabus and it will actually open the textbook for you. There are also textbook links throughout the course. You are required to purchase a calculator. I recommend the TI-84 or the TI-84CE. I'm not sure how you take this course without a calculator. Although I know there have been students who've tried. All of our probability distributions that we do in this course, we do on the calculator, except for one that we have to use a formula for. But it's so easy to find the area under the normal curve using this calculator. No tables, nothing I have to look up. I just put it in the calculator. So I highly recommend you get a TI-84. That's the one I recommend as soon as possible. You'll be happy you did. You can read through the general education outcomes, our mission statement, and our educational philosophy. There are the course objectives. The course outline is in Canvas. We'll look at that in just a second. My Open Math, which is the application that we use for homework, quizzes, and exams, has a feature called late passes. And if you cannot get an assignment done by the due date, you can use late passes on that assignment to give yourself a little bit more time. You get 20 in the semester, and each late pass gives you 48 hours past the due date to complete that assignment. You can use up to 3 on any homework or quiz assignment. You can use 1 late pass on the first 3 exams. So you can take the exam after the due date using 1 late pass. You are not allowed to use a late pass on exam 4 or after the last day in the course. Exam 4 is going to be due at midnight, July the 17th, which is the last day of the summer session. We're done after that. So that's why you're not allowed to use a late pass on that assignment. Evaluation techniques, you have homework, which is worth 20% of your grade. It will be done in My Open Math. My Open Math has videos attached to many of the homework problems. So if you're not quite understanding what they want or how to do it, you can click on the video link and watch a video. Many of the homework assignments have links to videos. Quizzes are also worth 20% of your grade. Exams are worth 60% of your grade. There are 4 module exams, so each exam is worth 15% of your grade. Exams, homework, and quizzes are due at midnight on the due date. You should submit a written paper, and I'll remind you of this when the exam comes due. You should send me a written exam paper. Take a photograph of it or scan it, whatever's convenient for you. That helps me award partial credit. We will be using HonorLock as our online proctoring service for exams this summer. It's pretty straightforward. The one thing you do have to have is a photo ID. You have to show HonorLock that the person who's on camera is the same person identified in the ID. That's pretty much the only thing that you're required besides the Chrome browser. You can opt out of using HonorLock. If you choose to do that, you need to send me an email within the first week of the summer, and you will be required to come to campus and take the exam in the testing center. The testing center has summer hours. You will need to check those online. The testing center is not open on Friday during the summer. There's no extra credit in this course. Here is your grading, 20% for homework and quizzes, 60 for exams. I will drop the 2 lowest homework and quiz grades. There's really no attendance or tardy policy for an online course. You could read over the campus closure instructions. Makeup, there's really no reason for me to have to give you a makeup assignment. You have late passes that you can use. So if you know you're going to miss a deadline, a due date, you can just use a late pass. If for some reason you know you're going to miss the exam due date by more than 2 days, 48 hours, send me an email prior to that exam. Don't wait. Exam 1 is due, gosh, when is it due? Second, third week of the summer, I can't remember. We'll look at the schedule in just a second. Don't wait till 2 weeks later to say, oh, I missed exam 1, can I take it now? Don't do that. Course-specific policies, I prefer email or Canvas messages for contact. I will try to respond to those as soon as possible, but allow me at least 24 hours, business hours, to respond to you. This is a summer course. You need to be checking your email and Canvas every single day. It says that office hours are posted. That's kind of a standard syllabus sentence, but I do not have formal office hours during the summer. But again, please just send me an email saying you want to meet via Zoom, and I'll send you a Zoom link and we'll meet that way. All right, so we have read through the syllabus rather quickly. Down here at the bottom, it says I can acknowledge it. Yes, I can, but that doesn't exempt you from taking the syllabus quiz. You will have to take the syllabus quiz. All right, I'm going to go back to the home page. I've looked over the syllabus now. I think I'll look over the schedule. There's some links here on the schedule page. So that it'll help you navigate through the course. But here's the link to the schedule. It's 1 page, easy to print. The first exam is due Monday, June the 9th. So you know when it's due, you know that you can take it early if you need to, or use a late pass on it to take it by the 11th. So you know today when all of your exams are due. I'm going to close that. I'm going to go back to the home page. And I'm going to look at the textbook again. We're using a free open source textbook called Introductory Statistics. There is a Kindle version of this book. If you have a Kindle that you like to read on, you can certainly download the Kindle version for free. I do recommend that you get Excel I don't demo a lot in Excel. I do have a video demo in chapter 2. Some of the things in chapter 2, Excel does a really good job on it. The fact of the matter is, as you move forward in your career, you will be using some other technique for statistics other than your calculator. You're probably not going to do this on your calculator and go to your boss and say, see what it says on my calculator. You're probably going to use statistics software or Excel to show your boss a graph or whatever. So I do a little bit in Excel, and I include the files that I use in links in that section of the content. I can spit it out. So it's free. If you're a student at Redlands, you can register for Office 365 for free. Might as well get it. It's free. I'm going to go back home. My Open Math link is just an introduction to what my Open Math is. Free open source resource for mathematics. Go back home. Here are your HonorLock instructions in detail, where you can install the extension, the support. Here is a demo that I created. So you get what you pay for. It's free, but it's a demo I created to show you how to walk through the authentication process and get the password into your exam so that you can take it. And I do have here in big red capital letters that you do not have a password, and you don't. I mean, that's how we protect the exams. We protect them because they're password protected. So you don't have a password, HonorLock has the password. So once you're through the authentication process, the very last thing it says, okay, go find your exam, which means you'll have to go reopen Canvas, find the exam, open the exam, and then it says, once you've found it, you click on it and it says, okay, do you want me to put the password in? You say yes, it puts the password in, and then you take the exam. And while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and click on HonorLock in the left navigation so you can see what it looks like. Down here at the bottom of the page, there is a chat icon for the HonorLock help. So if you have any issues whatsoever, click on that, and their help is pretty good, in my opinion. So you'll click launch on whatever exam you're going to want to take, and that starts the authentication process. You walk through the authentication process. HonorLock puts the password in, you take the test, you close the test, you close HonorLock, you're good to go. All right, I'm going to go back home. You can read about me if you want to. I say the most interesting thing about me, honestly, is probably that I am a first generation high school college graduate. Neither one of my parents finished the 8th grade. My dad left home when he was 14. So from that generation, my parents' generation to me, I have a high school degree, obviously, college degree, master's degree, and both my children have master's degree, and my son is working on his PhD. So just in a generation, we've gone from a couple of generations, gone from not finishing high school to having a PhD. He's going to be Dr. Castle. I'm going to go back home. We have links to the modules for your homework, quizzes, and exams. So if I click on the homework, it takes me to the homework module. So there's all the homework for the summer, including the exam reviews, which are homework assignments. Exam reviews are required. They're a prerequisite to you taking an exam. If you haven't done the review, you cannot take the exam. It is a prerequisite. There's the syllabus quiz, by the way. I'm going to go back home. And then at the bottom of this homepage are the buttons for the course content for the 4 modules. The course is broken up into 4 modules. Each module contains 2 to 3 chapters. The first 3 modules cover 3 chapters each, and then the 4th module, which covers chapters 11 and 12. So you can see the first module covers chapters 1 through 3, second 4 through 7, third 8 through 10, and the 4th module chapters 11 and 12. If I click on one of the links in the module, click on the chapter 1 intro, it gives you the objectives for that chapter. This is a link to the PowerPoint that I use in the face-to-face class. And sometimes it has pretty good information. If it has formulas or anything like that that you need for homework or quizzes or an exam, it will be located there. If I click the next button, it will take me to the first couple of sections. If I click on the links, it'll take me directly to that section in the textbook. And then there are videos for each section. For example, what is statistics, which we talk about in the face-to-face class, and we talk about it in the book. So here's a video with an introduction of statistics. You can go back home, or you can just click the next button, and that'll take you to the next section in the course. And there are videos for using your calculator to do the assignments. Okay, I'm going to go back home, and let's see if there's anything else that I need to talk about. I don't think so. If you have any questions whatsoever, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I would love to hear from you. Any questions whatsoever, let's get on top of any issues early in the summer. Let's not wait till midsummer to try to resolve an issue. Any problems you have, please reach out to me so we can take care of it right away. If you have any questions, like I said, shoot me an email or a Canvas message. Hope to hear from you soon. Bye-bye.